Thank you for joining us on Data Cloud Now, where we bring you the latest in all things data in business and industry. I'm Ryan Green, and I'm joined by Pete Williams, Director of Data for Penguin Random House. Great to have you on the program. To start with, Penguin Books dates back almost 100 years. How are you using data to position the business for the next century?
Penguin Books, you're right, it's got a massive brand, really great legacy, lots of special places in many people's hearts. But at the end of the day, an industry is an industry, and we have to learn the same things as anybody else. So it's still all about knowing your customer, knowing what people want to read, understanding which books are going to resonate with the audiences, taking some risks sometimes on messages you want to get out there. We've got a fabulous tagline for the business, which is, we make books for everyone because a book can change anyone.
I love it.
Oh, it resonates with me so deeply because you reach for a book for either entertainment or to be informed. And I think I've been changed by so many books through my life, and I love the fact I'm representing that brand to be able to do that with data for more informed decision making.
From a macro perspective, are there any trends that you're noticing?
In the industry? I'm not sure that I'm in a great place to comment on those. I'm a tech guy. They don't want me to talk about that sort of thing because, what should I know about that stuff? But what I'm trying to do is bring forward the information so that the people who are making those sort of commercial decisions, what to acquire, what to price it at, how many to print, where to take it into the market, what marketing strategy to follow. My job's to inform those people to be able to, I guess, see those trends and be able to seize on them and optimize on them.
We're currently in London at Snowflake's Data Cloud World Tour. The energy is building in here. You were just on the stage for the keynote. Anything you'd like to share with the audience that was discussed?
I think a couple of things really. One, I think, is around data strategy. So I was really pleased to be able to share this concept I've got called the 3 E's, which is, it's a way of communicating a strategy that some people, they would struggle to understand because they're not deep in the technology. So briefly, 3 E's. 1, establish. Build your data foundation. Get your pipelines working. Establish data governance. Make sure that what you've got is credible. Even if it's a subset of the larger organization, probably driven by a specific business use case, but make sure it's nailed. And then you're going to scale that as you go through the data strategy and start delivering. Second E, enable, is now about training the business. So giving people data literacy, emphasizing the importance of numbers and KPIs and being measured by evidence. And I always talk about better, faster decision making. And that's what comes from data. So I've established, I've then enabled. This is kind of a 2-year piece.
We're building.
We are, exactly right. Third E, exploit. This is all about, I've got all the data I need in the platform. People can get to it. It's robust. You can use it confidently. I've got an enabled organization who are now popping with energy around what can data do for me, and here are some great ideas, and I'm fighting them back to say, we can't deal with everything right now, and then so into exploit, where those two things meet, and then we're about running the best organization we can run, in terms of best control, best efficiency, but then also looking for those commercial opportunities, whether that's making more margin and more money on the books we currently sell or new commercial markets. We're not at that stage yet. That's kind of what I'm leading up to. That's the 3rd E. I'm halfway through the 2nd E right now. So I was really pleased to be able to share that. And there are some thoughts on the pragmatic approach to getting onto the cloud in the first place, getting onto Snowflake in this instance from legacy data infrastructures that I talked about a bit on the stage as well. Don't want to bore you with those, but if you want them, open the can, I'll go on you.
I want to actually dive into that a little bit deeper. In your day-to-day, you're constantly in touch with executives making the shift to the cloud. Any advice you'd like to share with the audience?
I think the executives don't care. That's my biggest thing, and I shared that on stage this morning. I mean, why would they? At the end of the day, when you look around the C-suite, the people who are in charge of specific decision-making activities, all they want is robust, reliable information when they need it to be able to use it to make the decisions they need to make.
That's interesting, when they need it. Interesting.
Exactly. Well, this is kind of I forget how many R's there could be, but the right data at the right time.
We've got the E's and the
format.
R's.
Exactly right. And you get all that right for somebody, then they don't care whether that's come from Snowflake, another cloud provider, some of which are available, or whatever it is, but it has to be there. And I think the move to cloud gives you the ability to service the right data at the right time through the right format that some of the physical restraints struggle to deliver for you. So, and then you've got the connectivity and the capability that comes with a cloud platform that for an executive who I think needs more context. I've spent some time.
I think context is key. It's a great point.
Right. I've spent some time in financial training. I'm not good at it, but one way of making decisions is more and more decimal places, and that gives you a focus. What it doesn't give you, and I think is more important in the commercial world, is the context you're making that decision in. Are you impacted? Is everybody impacted? Do I have an opportunity? Is there a gap in the market? So the context is what I can bring, but the other data sources joined together, they don't need to care about how I do it. They need to care how they're going to use it.
Really appreciate your insights. As you look towards the future, what will you be primarily focused on?
Well, my 3 E's basically. So I've got to finish
Getting to the third E.
Exactly right. Finish the enable phase, get more people through the Data Academy that I've launched, more literacy training, more, I guess, kind of stoking an appetite and a desire to want to learn more technical data aspects, getting more of that out into the business, because I can't ever have a team big enough to be able to do that.
Right.
And so that's my journey. It's really to make sure the data strategy continues to evolve to support the business strategy in a cost-efficient but most effective manner.
Well, Pete, it's been an absolute pleasure sitting down. Thank you so much for being on the program. I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. We'll see you soon.